Welcome to the Second Circuit. Brother Dex, Brother Chy My. This is a platform where we'll address any and everything in an authentic manner. We're very anxious and uncharacteristically giddy about doing this platform because it gives us a voice. For a long time, that's what we needed, that's what we wanted. We have a deep-rooted history, and we'll delve into that. But for now, we want to say welcome. Welcome to our world. Thank you for welcoming us to yours. And I'll allow my comrade, Chy My, to elaborate on Second Circuit to give you a thorough understanding of what it is.
Welcome, my name is Chy My, aka Chy Dukes, aka Chy Nils, and Second Circuit is our platform to bring forth information, truthful information, factual information, and share with the world different stories, different background stories, difficult plights. We bring difficult plights to the surface, to the forefront, and just delving into different topics and different subjects like the home team said.
A quick history of Chy My and myself. We are not new to this. We actually went to High Horizons Magnet School together here in the city of Bridgeport, which was kind of a gifted program at the time. We also met in the Attica Yard, the Attica Prison Rec Yard, and we spent time and built and sharpened one another there as well. And now we're home in the streets, providing betterment to our communities together, as you see. So we truly believe that this is divinity, and we believe that God's playing the point, and He just got two knockdown shooters, or playing, and that's how we on it. I believe that we'll touch on everything. You may ask what gives us validity to touch on everything. To expound on what the brother said, we've had a lot of different complex trials and tribulations, from gifted schools to prison rec yards to universities. The brother has his foot knee deep in the music industry. I am a former high school basketball American, so there's a lot of stories that will resonate with the youth that we plan on bringing to the forefront. And again, everything can be fact checked, to quote my comrade Chy My.
Yeah, definitely. We want to allow this platform to speak on subjects as various as sports, entertainment, music, politics, current events, history, law. We're going to touch on a lot of different subjects, and our main objective is to share with the audience different information and allow them to share with us different information. So what we'll be doing is we'll be posting, interactive, Instagram accounts and social networks, websites, and I'm gonna let y'all know out the gate. Some of this is like new to me because part of my story is, I'm pretty much fresh home. I did a long stretch in New York State prison. I went away as a teenager, and I've been home for a little over 2 years now. So we're gonna touch on that. We're gonna talk about that, but just work with me and understand that I'm still new to this world, this free world. I'm still learning, I'm still understanding, and I appreciate all the family and the community support and helping me reintegrate. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
You want to talk about social economics? Let's talk about it. You want to talk about real prison reform? Got 40 years of prison industrial complex sitting right here. 40. And as you see, we still young and fly, but we got 40 amongst us. That's a fact. Go check it. My number 224-380-NCT, and my number NY is 958-4083. Check all that.
I want to add that in Connecticut, I've been to Meehall, I've been to New Haven Juvenile Detention, I've been to Long Lane, I've been to Glen Mills, and I've been to various group homes. That's just in Connecticut. We'll talk about my long prison stay in New York. But firstly, we want to talk about how me and this man, Dexter Bennett, how we came to know each other, and how our relationship evolved. He did speak about High Horizons, and I think that's a very important cornerstone. High Horizons. The name means a lot. The school represents a lot, and for a lot of times, the staff may have believed that we wouldn't have made it. We would not have made it. We would never make it. I mean, so today this platform, it represents a lot. And it's beautiful that we can still get up today and say, yo, let's go and go visit High Horizon. So that's one of the plans. We gotta go back.
It's definitely a topic that we discuss in every bill we have, whether on the phone, whether through third party, what have you, High Horizons. And I'm of the belief, and we build about this all the time, that part of who we are was cemented from High Horizons. To familiarize you with High Horizons, it was a magnet school. A magnet school differs from a public school in things that are offered, you know, it's a little more prestigious, you know, a little bit more. Therefore, you get a better education. Kids in the public school using books from 30 years ago. You're using present books, you got more staff, you have better technology. So I think that kids who have those experiences, they get a better foundation. So the average cat from around our hood that was running around the streets was also an intellect because we went to good schools. And I think that's something that always stuck with us. And through our travels, we always laughed and giggled and snickered about that because we've been in a lot of different places, cracks and crevices that the society would deem those places, and they always kind of were vegetables in our presence and kind of were intrigued with the CT thing. So I think it all stemmed from those early years, and we'll delve into that. As he said, we do plan on going back to High Horizons. That's something that's very dear to my heart, the young ones. And I mean the young ones, the demographic the wayward demographic, the ones nobody reaching out to, the ones that don't listen to anyone. Unfortunately, you can have 40 degrees, which we don't have. You could have been clear of the law all your life, which we haven't. And that's the one they should watch because they've done the right thing. The young ones that we're talking about, they don't care what they say, unfortunately, because their moral fabric is distorted. But individuals like us, who they can fact check our record and see that, you know, they've done some things, albeit we know they're heinous now. Individuals like us who've come out on the other side and let God lead the way and know a couple things and resonate that, they will give us the warranted ear. Unfortunately, a lot of cats in our position give them more guns and become gang leaders and, you know, big homies to the little homie instead of resonating and walking right. So we plan to do that.
We're going to talk a little bit about the design, you know, town code and the science, the reasoning, and the message behind the word town code.
Peace and blessings. Town code, first of all, brother Dex again. Town code originated in Stamford, Connecticut, but it resonated throughout the universe. It originated there because it was an episode that I won't get too specific about that dealt with a toddler child that just, for me, broke my spirit, and I felt like I had to not be an armchair quarterback, I had to be hands on deck, and that's how God built me, so it was for me to step into. And it's just spawned. I was just a willing participant in his play. Town code, the definition is, again, town code, as you see, universal love and support for all real rights. A real right is defined as an individual who's untarnished and positive by nature. Again, town code, universal love and support for all real rights. A real right is an individual who's untarnished and also positive by nature. Science is, that's how it's supposed to be. Grown folks, that's how they moving. You know, if you're a gangster is responsible, disciplined, all that negative connotation, that's for the birds. That's a childish mentality. A gangster is conscious, disciplined, responsible, provides, protects, understands his role with women and children, understands how to be personable and strengthened to a fellow king, not have any kind of weirdo tendencies with fellow kings feeling some type of way, because every other demographic shows one another love except the male urban demographic. So we here to switch all of that. You know what I'm saying? If the real rights is resonating love, everybody else got to fall in line. And that's how we on it. You can pick up the merchandise, town code, love is the new cool, that's the hashtag. That's how we on it. And again, if the silent ones, if I'm going to war, I don't. This is what I need right here. Any kind of warfare, however you want it, conventional, spiritual, occupational, whatever, however you want it. I'm solid right here. So if the solid ones is resonating, that anybody else got to fall in line. You know. And for me, it's been a way to differentiate who's solid and who ain't. Because if you ain't banging love, then what you banging? You know, it don't make sense. So that's what town code is. And again, you can pick up the merch, as you see. You know. Because the fly gangsters I know keep their grooming in order. You know, they like to stay fresh, even if it's a $3 t-shirt and a pair of $30 Nikes. If they crispy, you dig? The fly cats I know keep their grooming in order, they keep his shape up, you know, however they do it. They smell right, you know. Might smell like a little dank and izumiyaki, but they got that izumiyaki, you know. So that's what we about. We like to resonate who we are, you know. And I want to pass the rock, because I am a point guard, that's what I do. You can Google that's a fact. So Brody, your shirt, can you, the masterpiece, pardon me?
When we speak on it?
No More Pain, I believe?
Yes, No More Pain is a one-of-a-kind original oil painting, and what we did is we altered the design on the oil painting and we printed it, and the image represents something. I guess it's up to the interpretation of whoever sees it. So, you know, I don't want to tell people, you know, what they're supposed to feel or see when they see this image. You know what I mean? Some people, they see this image, they see a baby behind prison bars, and you know they feel offended.
Can you move his hands if we zone in on that? Because that's poignant, the image. To get all of that, that's very poignant.
Okay, this one right here, this is not really crispy like that, but I'm gonna tell you why I got this particular one on. But this is hashtag Justice Reform. That's the yin yang symbol, and then on the back, I had an album cover. Right? I'm wearing this particular shirt today because this is the same shirt I wore on the day I went to the Nipsey Hussle concert or show. And
I saw that flick. Matter of fact, I saw a young lady wearing your pink joint. I need a pink joint too. Wearing your pink joint, and Nipsey was right by, like she was standing like 30 millimeters away from the dude. Bless him.
I want to thank the owners of Lotus, Germ, Rose, my brother Chino, for everybody that came out, you know, that day when Nip came to West Haven. That was May last year, 2018. So, you know, this shirt is kind of crusty, but it means a lot. You know, that's a heavy subject, so I'll let you talk about that.
Part of what he's not telling you about the story though is there was a shirt in the building for Nip that Nip was supposed to get. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? There was a shirt, we ain't gonna delve into all that, but that's factual. Right. There was a shirt that was in the building for Nip. You know what I'm saying? That everybody was aware, the channels was aware, everything. Like, we ain't shots in the dark. You know what I'm saying? It's, you know, we connected, and the shirt was for Nip, and just, it didn't get to him. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's part of the story that's poignant. I don't want to leave that out.
It's another story too, because we were actually scheduled to go out there and meet Nip, like in a month of March. So, you know, a producer out here in Bridgeport that I work heavily with, Icon, me and him, we connected with Germ and a couple of his artists, Sleepy and Chef G, and we all had arranged to actually go to Cali and get with Nip, record with Nip. So, you know, after we rescheduled for April, you know, that tragedy right there, that's a whole different, you know, it touched us different, you know, it touched me different. I don't like how people try to capitalize, you know what I mean? Not now. So, we'll speak about that more on that.
Yeah, that's heavy that you hit the capitalization part on young kid Nip, young king, pardon me, Nip. I was at the King Stop Killing Kings rally a few weeks ago on the Bronx Spring Concourse, and it was a gentleman who was selling Nipsey Hussle paraphernalia, and you know, it was like going off like hotcakes, like bags of dopes in the 80s, you know, most wanted in the 80s or what have you. And, you know, I fought with my soul, and I said, wait, hold up, if I'm standing on what I stand on, I can't even purchase that. You know what I'm saying? I can't with just out of GP. I ain't going to the Marathon store. In any event, King Stop Killing Kings, hashtag March was great. I'm told that they're generating all over the country, which is a good thing. The Nipsey joint, I got a unique perspective on that. I really do. I believe he was a chosen one. Similar to some of the other chosen ones we've had walk through history, some of the chosen ones we have walking through history now. His work speaks for itself. The brother always makes the correlations with Jesus and the age and signs and symbols, and I concur. I bear witness to that. I think he changed the consciousness, is what he did. More so than, you have Biggie, who people were endeared to because of his lyricism, his wittiness, a time frame, a territory, a aura that was associated with him. People love Pop because of his spirit, a few different instances, what have you. With Nip, I think it was actually his works. You know what I'm saying? He actually changed the consciousness of a demographic, the wild young ones that nobody was able to reach. Not the church, not the moms, not the daddies, because they ain't even around. Nobody. You know what I'm saying? And the demographic now, they gotta respect you before they hearing anything, and they respecting that because of his works. And I think he also spawned a lot of other people resources now into action, which is a good thing. However it happened, as long as it happened. He made it cool for the cat that's banging to think on a corporate level, or think of an enterprise. Like one of his favorite lyrics was to integrate vertically. Say whatever you're doing, take it straight up. So the brother, when he told me the story about going out to see Nip, and the time frame, I said that ain't happenstance.
I want to say that, I love Pop, I love Big, and I grew up with their music from a prison cell. I identify with them, but I never got to meet them because all of the music from the 90s I had to listen to from a prison cell. So Nip, he's different because I actually listened to his music in a prison cell, then I came home and got to listen to his music as a free man and then finally meet him. So it's different, and I think he represents a dude from the street, you know what I mean? And that could be from any street, and the mindset was family, you know what I mean? Community.
Yeah, that's heavy. I think that Nipsey resonated with everyone, no matter what walk of life. And that's where he was transcendently different between Biggie, no disrespect, Brooklyn all over us. We love Brooklyn, heavy roots there. Different than Pop, disrespected them too, we loved them too. But that's where he was different. He resonated with the house mom in Boise, Idaho, that they don't even listen to rap. She listen to Kenny Loggins or whatever, So you gotta respect that. There was definitely a debate online recently about if he was in the vein of Malcolm and what have you, and people were vehemently against it. I say he was. Warfare different nowadays, issue different nowadays. Freedom fighters look different nowadays. So I say he was, man. And that's something I'm anxious to see how the reverberations flow out after the novelty of him being gone. If it continues in the hood, if cats are still affected positively in the hood.
Well, I love his consciousness, his awareness, and I think that's what he shared with the people, that consciousness and that awareness, because now I know I'm more aware, and the people I'm around, they're more aware. We're more aware of the people around us. We're more aware of, the energy around us, and we're also more aware of the community. Like, how many people planned on, coming up and just leaving the community? How many people actually thought about reinvesting in the community? So I think his awareness and his consciousness, that's what, people are running with right now. They're carrying that, and I can see it, I can feel it, definitely. One thing I don't like is I feel like certain people that never listened to his music, they never really knew him as an artist, in his passing, they try to capitalize off of that. And in future episodes, man, we're gonna name names and we're gonna come at people. Because that wasn't right. So in this introduction, we welcoming people, but just know that we also here to bring truth and honor.
We wanted to touch on something that was very dear to both of us. It's kind of where we got our moral fabric from. So when you question everything, boom, boom, do your fact check, a lot of the stuff that we build upon stem from
grandmothers. You know, Mother's Day coming up. You know, we definitely celebrate mothers, but this particular day we want to celebrate our grandmothers because both of our grandmothers had a very, very heavy role in raising us.
It's a fact. My grandma Bless, and we refer to her as Bless. Her name is Mildred Bennett. She's the closest thing I know to Jesus in the flesh. You know, she's always been the patriarch. You know, the cliche Big Mama. You know, that you see in the movies, what have you. Yeah, she fits that. You know, she definitely fits that. She's regal in every manner. You know, I've always seen her be a steady rock. You know, I think that my story is similar to most. You know, without grandmas, a lot of us would have been, you know, by the wayward. Pops is a strong king now, pillar of society, but at that time he was a crackhead, probably the worst one you ever seen. You know, the love is strong, and he refined himself, but that's where he was at. Mom Dukes was black girl lost, 15, 16 when she happened. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm in the streets, she's still early 20s in the streets herself. So without grandma, the refuge of grandma, man, this ain't possible. You know, so we understand in our community and our demographic the importance of
Grandma Dukes. And yes, I love the way you celebrate and honor your grandmother, man. I believe that, you know, more of us should take, you know, the initiative to reach out to our grandmothers, you know. And if you don't have a living grandmother, you know, find somebody in the family that, you know, may need that assistance and you know, that interaction. Maybe somebody in the community, but you know, to have my one grandmother, my father's mother, still alive and well and healthy, you know, that's my blessing. You know, I always told myself when I was in prison that if God kept my grandmother alive and healthy, and for me to see my grandmother alive and healthy when I came home, then, you know, I would know God is real. So, you know, that's part of my prayer being answered. And because of that, I feel like I came home with more sympathy, more empathy, and more understanding because, you know, without her, I'm a cold soul. My grandmother, you know, she helped me in so many ways, man. She helped raise me. You know, I can't say enough about her. You know, everybody know Grandma Dukes, Bridgeport, Connecticut. You know, we love you. We love celebrating mothers this coming Mother's Day. You know, Mother's Day is less than 48 hours away, so, you know, we celebrating grandmothers and mothers. My mother, happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers.
Yeah, definitely. We, as individuals, we understand the importance of the Queen in our situation. We're in a space now, we're in a development now where we get it. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely want to extend our love and appreciation, definitely appreciation on this Mother's Day, impending Mother's Day. Mother's Day every day, but especially this day. Grandmas. Now that I look at the list, if you take a tangible list of what a real right is, if you look back on it in retrospect, it's just everything Grandma tried to instill in us when we was little knuckleheads, snotty-nosed little dudes, rebelling. You know, being honorable, being prompt, you know, being respectful, you know, being articulating yourself right, you know. Nowadays, when you've grown and you've matured a little bit, mentally, spiritually, what have you, got a little education, whatever you've done, you see that those real right qualities. Grandma was the real G.
I want to add that, you know, my grandmother, she used to have me washing dishes, hanging out clothes, sweeping a staircase and all that, right? I used to have attitudes doing that, but, you know, little life skills that she instilled in me when I was young, I'm going to let you know they helped me in prison. And they helped me survive because I was independent in a sense in prison, so I didn't have to rely on, you know, mingling with different people. I knew how to do certain things myself, so that was the little empowerment I had from my grandmother's teaching. So, you know, I definitely implore people to study that and pay attention to that. because certain life skills you need early on, they will stay with you forever, man. You know what I mean? If you learn them, you acquire them, they will stay with you forever, and they will definitely come in handy.
Yeah. Grandma Bless was big on a lot of things, grooming. She was very big on that. She's very big on family. You can fight your brother in the living room amongst 30 other family members, but outside that door, y'all bang together. You know, a lot of principles that are real life principles. You know, she was really big. One thing, Grandma Bless was very big on articulating yourself properly. And I come from the cracks and crevices, the dirt of the dirt, underneath the dirt. You know, but she
How many
was big on
children?
that.
How many children?
Grandma Bless has 6, 5 living.
Okay.
My father being the eldest.
Okay.
Yeah, same name as me too.
Okay.
Dexter Bennett, senior pastor here in Bridgeport, Connecticut, strong pillar, ill dude. Church in the same offices, holds a church in the same office as my brethren here. His
East
office
End.
is- Yeah, factual, East End. Got stripes out there. But again, Grandma resonates everything that's right. That's why she's always the pillar of the home. I think that correlates with why the streets is and the kids are the way they are now. Grandma's just 30. You know, Grandma's just 30. There ain't too many lessons that Grandma can resonate when she's 35. You know, and that's part of the reason why we in the state we in. You know, Grandmas were always the pillar when the man was absent. You know, so either the king got to ascend back to where he need to be as king. You know, because Grandma can no longer bear the load because she ain't built for it no more. She's 35 now. You know what I mean? So Grandma's is a heavy perspective, man. Like bro said, just to piggyback, I think everybody, especially during this time of year, should reach out to their grandmas. You know,
Definitely.
Grandmas, aunties, female
All
sisters.
mothers.
Right.
Yeah. We just celebrating our grandmothers because, you know, we blessed to have our grandmothers still with us to this day, active. You know, my grandmother, she bowls.
Give me a lesson, bro. Paul, for cutting wisdom. Give me a lesson that grandma hit you with.
My grandmother always taught me never do something half-assed. I mean, she always used to emphasize that. Don't do things half-assed. So that's telling you, if you're gonna do something, do it right. So, you know, that's when I bust a move, man.
See that in you.
You know what I mean? And that's why I believe a lot of people in the industry, they was fearful of giving us a certain platform and allowing us to speak because y'all know I get things done. I mean, I'm completion oriented.
Yeah, one of the hashtags you say we don't know everything, but we do know how to get everything done.
Yeah.
One of the lessons that resonate with me with Grandma is Grandma always said, if you look better and smell better, you'll feel better, and if you feel better, you'll do better. You know, so you know, part of our script, part of our DNA, our aura is we fresh and fly. You know, if we go into the bathroom, you know, the way our old T-shirt lay on us better than a product, brand new one lay on someone else. That's just how God gifted us. A moment of vanity, but with that said, Grandma's lesson is truthful because at times when I feel, you know, like the world on my shoulders, you know, the world plugging to us, where we plug into. Sometimes we feel what have you. I think about that and I get fresh. I go get a shape up. Put on some Izzy Miyake, you know what I'm saying? You feel better, you know, when you look better, you smell better, and then you do better, you know? So.
I just want to also add that my grandmother had 8 children in Bridgeport, Connecticut, all born in the projects. But she was able to move out of the projects, and once she was able to move out of the projects, she purchased her own home, and you know she represents what a strong woman is to me. You know what I mean? So for my grandmother to handle all of that and a lot of that as a single parent, you know, I admire her, you know, in every way. So I'm just happy that my grandmother's alive and healthy, and that's my blessing because, you know, I always said that I needed her to be alive when I came home. So after doing so much time, I don't know what I would have done if she wasn't here. You know what I mean? So she was here to just comfort me in so many different ways, man, and help me transition. And I want to say that she instilled the spirit of forgiveness in me because a lot of people did me wrong, you know what I mean? In my case, you know, while I was in prison, just a lot of foulness. I mean, we're going to talk about that. You know, we're going to reveal truth and layers. But when people do you wrong and you're in a prison cell, it's only natural that you start thinking vengeance. You know what I mean? So to sit away and simmer a long time, you know, that's a long time to simmer vengeance. But my reward was my grandmother's here, my mother's here, my daughter's here, and I'm exercising the spirit of forgiveness. And if I was done wrong, you know, I forgive. Just like, you know, I know I did wrong, and I ask for forgiveness. So, you know, that's what we're here for, man. I mean, show different sides. That's it.
As we conclude, we want to say peace and blessings. We appreciate you for being here. We appreciate your energy. We feed off your energy. We implore you to reach out via social networks, via all postings, via every energy we send. We implore you to send it back. You know, give us your ideas, give us your thoughts, uncensored. You know, you got issues. If you want to share joys, hopes, triumphs, whatever. Get at us. You know, this is our platform, interactive. Next week. Pardon me, next episode, we're going to delve into a lot more. Each episode, we'll delve into things that you throw at us, things that are heavy with us, and we'll just share our insight. Again, we appreciate you. And we wanted to throw the rock at my boy Chy My.
We just want to let you know that we will respond to all emails and all DMs from people that we can see and we can identify. Now, I mean, we're not going to be playing these anonymous troll games. Anything you feel you want to say, you want to challenge, you know, on this platform, Second Circuit, you know, we present you with that opportunity. But, you know, one of our themes and one of our purposes is to bring truth. So ain't none of that hiding behind no bushes and trying to troll. And you can say anything you want on this platform and bring it to this platform, but you have to identify yourself. So that's a mainstay with us, identifying yourself. So I conclude with that and come back. We got some things. I puff and pray to the Lord, you protect me from the hiss. I puff and pray to the Lord, you protect me from the hiss. I puff and pray to the Lord, you protect me from the hiss. In this moment I sit in the spirit of nip. I puff and pray to the Lord, you protect me from the hiss. In this moment I sit in the spirit of nip. I puff and pray to the Lord, you protect me from the hiss. I puff and pray to the Lord, you protect me from the hiss. In this moment I sit in the spirit of nip.
Yo, can we get some stills?